Hey guys, we're back. POCO F4, the really popular POCO range, the F range. We did have the F4 GT last month, which is a bit more of a speed demon, but you're going to pay a little bit extra for that. At this moment in time, on AliExpress, this is where you can buy it from. The POCO F4 is available for £267.52. That's the standard one. If you go up to 8 gig, 256, then you're talking £300, which still is great value for money when you consider what you're getting. So base model 6 gig and 128 storage. Links to this will be in the description below as well. Classic black and yellow POCO. There she is. 67 watt turbocharging block. There we go. I believe 0 to 100 in around about 40 minutes, something like that, which is still super fast. A generous length Type-C charging cable. In the little POCO yellow wallet, some tray ejector tool. Oh, you get an adapter as well. You Type-C to 3.5mm socket, so you can plug headphones in, although it is via Type-C. You got some user manuals and yeah, a see-through silicone case to protect your phone. But let's take a closer look at this F4. So it's powered by the really popular Snapdragon 870 5G liquid cooling technology, 120Hz AMOLED dot display, 6.67 inch, 360Hz touch sampling rate. Now the big thing for POCO, their first ever phone with OIS, optical image stabilization, which is better than electronic image stabilization. The turbocharging, like I said, 67 watts, 4,500 milliamp battery. So the camera system has had an upgrade from the POCO F3. Whoa. Let's have a look. Doesn't that look absolutely stunning? Glass back, it's a flat back as well, so there's no curves. I do like that. I do really like that. I've got fingerprints on that already. It's going to be very fingerprinty, but it's not. It is a matte finish. You can see it's a matte finish, but there is that sort of gloss and shine to it. See how close we can get. Now look, it even says there 64 megapixel OIS. That's the camera bump. That's not too bad actually. It's not too big. Let's have a look at the size in my hand, because I do have big hands. Yeah, I really like that. Beautiful. I do prefer the look to that compared to the POCO F3. I do prefer it, definitely. And the way it feels in the hand. I think the POCO F3 had more of a curved back. This is flat. I do prefer that. So if we look at the bottom, we have a Type-C port, speaker, SIM tray. On this side, we have a power button and a volume rocker. Now, I do believe the fingerprint sensor is integrated into the power button, which I absolutely love. It just seems so natural. At the top, IR blaster, microphone. There's a little loudspeaker cut out there as well. On this side, absolutely clear, nothing. Yeah, look. POCO F4. I like the design. Let's turn it on. So as I said, it's available in 6 gig and 128 or 8 gig and 256. A couple of variations. MIUI 13. Nice. Oh, battery needs charging. I'm going to go and quickly set this up and I'll be back. Here she is, the POCO F4. Stunning display, 120Hz. I've actually been into the settings already and changed that. 120Hz standard. You can have it on default where it automatically adjusts. That will obviously improve battery life over time, but 120 for me. 120 or 60. So we have MIUI 13, about phone. again, closer look at some of the specs, the software version, all specs. If you want to go deep in there, Snapdragon 870, which on the whole is absolutely perfect for most devices, really. Don't know why they've got navigation buttons on here by default. Let me go to full screen gestures. There we go. Don't show again. Not now. There we go. Now I'm just going to bring in, for a brief sort of comparison, the POCO F4 GT. Okay. Now the screen to body ratio, you get more on the POCO F4 slightly. The POCO F4 has 86.6 screen to body, where the GT is 86.2. So I think there's slightly thicker bezels on the GT. They both have AMOLED display. They both want 120 Hz. Yeah, they've both got similar sort of wallpaper there as well. But this looks a little bit dull, doesn't it? I don't know if you can see that on the screen, but it looks slightly duller. Put the brightness up. So on paper they're pretty much identical, the same screen size. It's 2400 by 1080p, 20 by 9 aspect ratio. We have Corning Gorilla Glass Victus on the GT and Gorilla Glass 5 on the POCO F4. Although the F4 does have Dolby Vision, so I don't know whether that Dolby Vision is giving that more that sort of rich look. You can see, isn't it, that this one does look slightly off colour compared to the general F4. Yeah. Can't be because I'm in dark mode, surely not. Yeah, it looks a little bit blown out now. Put that down. Yeah, the screen definitely looks better, doesn't it, on the F4 actually, to be fair. It looks more vibrant. I think that Dolby Vision difference must be it. So Snapdragon 8 Gen 1, so this is a more powerful device, but the F4 is still more than capable at most tasks anyway. That's the big difference, and obviously OIS on the camera system for the F4. So yeah, that's a quick sort of comparison in terms of build. I mean, they're similar sizes. Fingerprint sensors both integrated into the power button as well. On the backs, both stunning devices. I can't really pick one, to be fair.Maybe that. But yeah, a quick comparison with the GT. But this is a much more affordable price, the F4. I suppose more for the general average user, this would be more capable. The GT may be aimed more towards power-hungry gaming sort of users. Okay, so speaker system, it is a stereo speaker system, but there's more power coming at the bottom than there is at the top, so it's not that sort of true stereo effect. When you're watching or viewing content like that and listening, you're going to have more power from this side than the top. But there is dual speakers, just not completely stereo. And obviously the benefit of the F4 GT as well is they are tuned by JBL, so you do get a better sounding system on the GT. So you want a closer sort of look around the phone in terms of the framers and that. Just had a look online, I can't seem to find what material the frame actually is. Just feel very hard. I'm not sure if it is aluminium or not. It might be just be very sort of hard plastic. That's how they're going to obviously keep the price down on the POCO F4, because it is, I'd say, affordable for most people out there, especially if you're buying a phone outright. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. I can't find on their website. I can't find on GSM Arena either. Anyway, just taking a closer look here at the body and the frame and the back is picking up the fingerprints, which I did mention earlier, although it is a matte finish with that glossy effect as well. But I really do like the design, I really do. Feels nice in the hand, flat back, flat front, and sort of flat edges as well, slightly flat anyway. Yeah, it's nice. So I'm going to delve into the cameras next. Okay, so let's talk about the camera system, and I'll show you in a moment some pictures and some videos that I've just took with this smartphone. These aren't them, by the way. This is just the lock screen with a few photos on there. Just very quickly actually, fingerprint sensor. Cool. This is the best place for a fingerprint sensor. I don't care what anyone says. Most natural position for it to be. Okay, camera system. So on the front we have a 20 megapixel front facing camera. It's capable of shooting up to 1080p 30 as well. It does seem to have stabilization. The footage did seem stable. So for front video we're limited to 1080p 30 and we're going in, so this is clearly a bit of a dark room into light, into a lighter environment. Oh, battery's running low. There we go. Now we're outside. 1080p 30 front video, POCO F4. And the quality in terms of photos is very good, vibrant, great skin tones as well, which I like. No real issues. Portrait is good as well. We have obviously portrait mode, and again standard as well. At the moment, selfie cam looking very decent. Obviously not really tested it in a low light, but I would imagine some softness would start creeping in. So for video on the rear, you can shoot up to 4K 60, and there is stabilization, and it is buttery smooth. Now 4K 60 outside, and therefore it's looking good. It's looking really good. Stable as well. Now we're going to go inside. There we go. That's it. If you like shooting ultra wide video, you can do on the POCO F4. It's limited though to 1080p 30, but there is stabilization in there as well, which is decent. So there's an ultra wide option, limited to 1080p 30 though. 1080p 30 ultra wide with stabilization. There we go. Okay, so for this one I never actually selected the main 64 megapixel setting on the rear camera. To be honest, I never really do. I just use the camera straight from the normal camera settings. I never go into more and click 64 or anything. I think that is just about right anyway. But if I want to show you some of the details, to tell you the time I took it, the resolution is 4624 by 2600. So that equals 12 megapixels. So you're getting a 12 megapixel image. We can also see some data there, ISO 50, f-stop 1.79 and shutter speed 1775 as well. So that's a 12 megapixel photo, and ultra wide quality is decent as well. I mean, yeah, vibrant, very contrasty, very impressed. Now in terms of portrait mode, very happy with that as well. The separation from the background is good. There doesn't seem to be any real sort of defects or anything at all there. This is still on the rear portrait mode, but obviously in portrait shape. Yeah, really impressed with the camera system. Really am. But low light settings, low light testing will need to be done. So obviously I might do a camera test on this. Might compare it with the POCO F4 GT as well. So there should be some content in the near future to really have a look at the quality of low light. Yeah, so that was a quick look at the camera system then on the POCO F4. Impressed with the camera system, love this display, the Dolby Vision, rich display. OIS, buttery smooth, Snapdragon 870, which is a really popular chip as well. Yeah, it's looking fantastic, guys, to be fair, for the price. When it first got announced, I was thinking, oh God, it's got the Snapdragon 870, the same as the F3, but there are some fairly big improvements compared to the F3, so I think if you are looking for an upgrade, this could be a nice little upgrade. And if you do like the POCO F range, POCO F4, and if the offer's still on, like while I was recording this video, it was £267 for the base model. Go and get it, absolutely, go and get it. So yeah, that's it guys for now. This is the POCO F4. Thank you all very much for watching. Hope this video has been helpful. And if you have enjoyed the video and like this content, subscribe to the channel would be great as well. Thank you all very much for watching guys, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.